BCB Kicks here, and welcome back to another episode of Flippin' Kicks. Right in front of me we have a pair of Jordan 12 International Flights, and these are really beat. It's a suede upper and some sort of fish scale design on the side. I believe that's suede as well. Then there's some wearing away of the paint on the heels. We're gonna have to repaint that. But this shoe should be very good. I bought this shoe for $30, and after I fix it up, I think I should get anywhere between $100 to $150 for this shoe, which is over 100% profit. And these are a size 9. But today we're gonna have to clean the suede, and then we're gonna have to repaint the heels. So let's get into it. Before we get the video started, go ahead and drop a like, subscribe, leave a comment, and let me know what your favorite part of me doing the restorations is, or what your favorite shoe is down in the comments below. But first things first, I'm gonna put shoe trees in these. So when cleaning a shoe like this, we'll take the right shoe and clean that one first. Alright, so first thing you want to do, get the shoe trees in. Now you want to unlace the shoes. And what I plan on doing to these, since they're a suede shoe, is you want to dry clean the shoe first. And by dry clean, I mean exactly what I mean, without water. So I'll show you all how I do that. Ooh, I see the actual aglet is actually coming off. I've never seen this before. Wow. Oh, it should be back here. Oh my god. I've never seen that like this before. That's crazy. Yeah, this shoe is a beater. Alright, so we're taking out the laces. Back to the dry cleaning thing. So, it's a suede shoe, as you can see. The material is very delicate. When you get suede wet, it tends to bleed. And dry cleaning kind of helps prep the suede for, like, if you actually have to clean it with water. But, and it also kind of gets rid of things on the surface level. They're not really dirty. So what I like to do is take medium bristle brush from Rejuvenator, by the way. Code BTB Kicks to get 10% off your order on Rejuvenator. They actually dropped some backpacks recently where you can put maybe like, I think 3 or 4 pairs of shoes in the bag along with clothes, and it's like a really cool travel backpack. It's super fire. I'm actually gonna have to pick one up. But take the medium bristle brush to kind of dust off the shoe. So I'm brushing in one direction. Just so I can get the initial dirt off of the shoe and see what has to be cleaned. But looking at this shoe, I'm already knowing I'm probably gonna have to clean these with water. Water in the cleaning solution, but I'm just getting off the initial dirt so the clean can be better. And I'm getting the suede ready. Alright, so that's cool. Now I'm gonna go along with the suede eraser and the other suede brush from Rejuvenator and see if I can lift up some of these markings on the suede, see if that'll come out. If it doesn't, then I'll just proceed with the clean. I'm just testing it to see. A little bit better. Go ahead and comment down below while I'm doing this. What's your favorite Jordan 12 colorway? Alright, let's dust this off. Side. if you see that red, that's from a previous shoe that I did. The red residue is on the eraser still, but it won't affect this. Alright, so already the suede to me looks a little bit more vibrant just from knocking off all that dirt and erasing some of the staining or just discoloration. But we're definitely gonna have to clean these with water. So I'm gonna have to take out the rejuvenator and get that set up to clean these. I've cleared off the area, cleaned up the area a little bit from the shavings, but we have the shoe here, and now I have the rejuvenator cleaning solution. Once again, code BTB Kicks for 10% off any rejuvenator products. And I have the bowl with water in it. Boom. Squirt, squirt. And then the 3 brushes. So the 3 brushes we're going to be using for this clean are the soft, medium, and stiff. Soft for the uppers, medium probably for the midsoles, as well as the stiff bristle for the midsoles and the actual soles of the shoes on the bottom. You're cleaning suede with water and soap and solutions and stuff like this. You want to be very careful not to oversaturate the material because suede can bleed, and if it bleeds, it's all bad. It's all bad. So what I'm going to do is dip this in and let the water just drip off. I keep shaking it until barely any water comes off because you don't want the uppers to lose any color and bleed. So now we're just gonna lightly give it a little scrub. You don't want to be pressing too hard either because suede is a delicate material. So you're gonna be letting the brush do most of the work. Scrubbing very, very lightly. Then when you feel like your brush is running out of suds and all that, you want to dip it back in, shake it off again, and then get back into it. And already just looking at the shoe, like it's looking really, really, really good. Dip it back in. I don't think these are bleeding at all because I don't see anything coming off of the brush or seeing anything drip, which is very good. I'm probably going to go back in and hit the inside of the sock liner again with the medium bristle brush a little bit later. Now let me use microfiber cloth towel to wipe the shoe down. And on suede, you don't necessarily want to kind of like boom and then wipe up. You want to kind of like pat it to kind of keep the color, because if you swipe up, you have the potential to remove some of the color as well, especially if it's wet. So just pat it dry. So now we're going to move on to the medium bristle brush to clean more of the midsole area, and then we're going to get underneath the soles. So medium bristle, same premise. You want to shake off the water so it's not too much. I do see some markings on parts of this on the outsole, so I'm probably gonna have to do a little bit of detailing a little bit later. This is cool for now. Let me wipe this off so I can see. Now for the bottom. So what I'm gonna do for the bottoms is I'm gonna start with the soft bristle brush working my way all the way up to a stiff bristle brush. I'm definitely gonna have to use my steam gun on the outsoles as well. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna plug in the steam gun really quick so it can get hot. While the steam gun is heating up, we're going to start with the soft bristle on the soles. I can already see some things coming loose on the soles, which is good. Now we're gonna move on to the medium. Now onto the stiff bristle brush. Now we're gonna flip it on the other side so I can get an even clean, starting over again from the soft to medium to stiff. After all of that, I'm gonna wipe it away so I can see what I have to do. These are a lot of suds, I'm not gonna lie. Cool, so the bottoms look really good, I'm not gonna lie. I'm still gonna use the steam gun just to get it even more clean, but the bottoms look very, very good. Now, steam gun. Alright, let's do this. See the toe getting a little saturated. Put some underneath it so it doesn't soak all that in. Alright. Soles are pretty clean. I just have to go through and get like the little rocks and stuff out of the traction. But for the most part, the soles are very clean. So the shoes are all dry, and as you can see, they already look super, super good compared to how we had them before. Now all I have to do is do a little bit of detailing, and I actually won't end up having to ice these because when I typically let my shoes to dry, I put them in the ice box, and sometimes the cleaner that I use on the shoes somehow, some way activates some sort of reaction with the sole when combined with the light, and it makes things brighter or whiter, I guess. So he's actually brightened up quite a bit, and I don't think it's necessarily necessary to ice them. So we're gonna re-nap the suede because right now it's, it's stiff because it was wet and it's dry now. And then we're going to do a little bit of detailing, and then we're gonna do the detailing before we get to the the repaint on the heel. What I'm gonna need is a dry medium bristle brush, once again from Rejuvenator. And then we're gonna nap up the suede. So to re-nap the suede, I'm gonna be brushing in all different types of directions just to get it to stand back up. And then as you can see, the suede is starting to look more ashy, which is normal, which means it should move to the touch when I get through doing this, hopefully. Alright, let's test it out. So it's definitely moving, but it definitely is missing some volume. So we're gonna go back in with the mink oil later on to restore the volume and color to the suede. But in the meantime, I am going to be cutting just the loose threads and stuff like that, just to clean it up a little bit. Looking for any loose threads. shoe seems to be pretty good for the most part. Alright, so now from this point on, we're going to take the lighter, and you see like the little loose hairs that's kind of sticking up from the suede, like here for example. You can see like the mini hair sticking up. What the lighter is going to do is melt those down to make it more uniform and make it look more clean. So I'm going to go over this lightly throughout the whole shoe. Be careful when doing this. This is definitely getting hot. We're gonna finish the tie out. Woo! Just right on time. So suede looks definitely a lot better. I might have to re-hit it right in this area. Let me actually re-hit it. I'll let this cool down a little bit. Okay. Oh, Jesus. Alright. Alright, so that's good. Now we're gonna have to add the volume back to the suede using the mink oil from ANGELUS. The link in bio to purchase ANGELUS products. And we're gonna hit it all over the shoe to kind of give it back some volume and some character. You can see already it's making the suede darker and just more vibrant overall. Alright, now while that's in there, I'm going to take a soft bristle brush, a dry one from Rejuvenator, and I'm going to massage it in. And as you all can see, these look a lot better, The suede looks way better too, looks more vibrant for sure. Might not be, moving a little bit to this edge, but looks way better. And now, onto the hard part. Not even the hard part, but onto the interesting part, where we have to repaint the heel. So what we're going to be using for that is ANGELUS Navy Blue. This matches pretty close to what's on the heel. And to start, we're going to have to use ANGELUS's Leather Prepper and Deglazer, which is basically acetone, to remove the old paint so we can basically start from scratch. And we're going to be using cotton rounds as well. And then I'm going to have to tape off the area that needs to be painted to make it easier to where I won't mess up and stuff like that, just to be safe. I went ahead and taped the shoes off. While this side might not look too bad, I'm still going to strip it so it can be uniform with this side, because I have to repaint this side as well. What I want to do first is open the acetone, the cotton swab, boom, and then basically get to wiping it off. You can see it's starting to come off a little bit. I don't even have to get it all the way off entirely. I just have to strip off the layer on top. It's protecting it, the finisher, as I should say. Another one. Right back in. hit on the other side. So I'm gonna flip it over, hit on this side, knock off that top layer. As you can see, color is starting to come off and it's getting a bit more dull. One more just to be safe. What I'm doing here is trying to make sure there's no cotton fibers coming off, trying to make sure there's no like residue on the actual midsole, because when I paint it, I don't want that to stick to the midsole. So typically what I do for painting, have the color here, navy blue by ANGELUS. Shake it up. I don't really need to use too much. I have a brand new brush that I'm using as well. Lay it like this. Brand new brush, just dip it in on the side. Have a little bit on there. Matter of fact, where's my, let me take out the heat gun. That'll make sure everything is dry. So here's the heat gun. It speeds up the drying process of paint. It's just overall more efficient. So plug it in. Make sure everything is dry and ready for the paint. Okay, everything is good now. So now I'm going to take the paint, apply a light coat. A very, very light coat to start out. Spread it till it's thin. Dip it back in. And I taped it off, as you can see, so it really doesn't matter. I can be really messy if I want to, as far as like doing it like this, because the tape is protecting me. That's why I always tape my shoes off before I paint them. But you only want to do light coats, because if you cake the coats up, the paint won't adhere properly, and you'll be more likely of the paint to crack. Use the heat gun to dry it off faster. Now we're going back in. Probably gonna have to do 2 more coats, 2 or 3 coats. And I think these should be cool after that. Alright, we're gonna dry this again. Taking a good look at it. Yeah, probably need 1 more coat and that should be cool. I just gotta do a little bit of detailing on the edges. And then as you can see, like this side to this side, already looking way better. So let me actually finish this up. So now, as you all can see, both sides of the shoes have been basically repainted on the heel. And to lock that paint in, you need a finisher, because we removed the finisher when we did the acetone and wiped it off. So to lock this in and make sure this doesn't come off, we have to lock it in with a matte finish, and I use Krylon. That's my go-to brand when I put on finishers, Krylon matte finish. Matte kind of looks the best. It's just more sleek, less glossy. Pretty good. But what I typically tend to do is I typically just spray it like once or twice in each direction, and then I let it dry, and then that's pretty much it. So alright, so now we let this dry, take the tape off, and then we'll get to put the laces back in. And then we'll be wrapping up our restoration. now that I put the laces back in, this restoration is officially done. The only thing left to do is take pictures of them now in my product box and get these ready to get sold. And once I actually sell the shoes, I will get back to you all. Alright y'all, so we're back now. It is 4 days later and the shoes have finally sold. Check them out. Actually switch hands. Check them out. They sold to actually one of my homies who's in Chicago. I have to get them packaged up, put the plastic wrap on them, because that's what I do to all of my shoes that I get since I restore all of them. I typically plastic wrap them to give the customer a brand new feeling. They actually ended up selling for $60, which is basically double what I paid. I was just trying to move them at a certain point. Probably wasn't the best buy, but I mean for $30 it's really not a bad deal. 12's aren't the biggest movers and this colorway isn't too popular, but I'm glad I got to double my money. If y'all enjoyed this video, go ahead, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you all learned something as well. And I'll see you all in the next one.